Finance Minister Tunku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz says that Malaysia's economy is expected to rebound faster once the country has successfully controlled and alleviated the spread of the Covid-19 pandemic, Bernama reports. He says this expectation is based on the effective lockdown index, whereby an international consultant had predicted that Malaysia is among the 3 countries with the most room to control and alleviate the pandemic in 2021. The Finance Minister also quoted a news report from an international media company that ranked Malaysia as the 5th key investment and business destination among the world's developing economies for 2021, surpassing China, the Philippines, India and Indonesia. He says this is based on the potential for rapid economic recovery as well as the country's stable fiscal and financial position, among others. Today, however, Malaysia recorded its highest number of daily newly confirmed COVID-19 cases at 2,593 since the pandemic began. This brings the country's total number of COVID-19 cases to 125,438 and, along with 4 new deaths, brings the death toll to 513. Former 1MDB CEO Muhammad Hazim Abdul Rahman testified in court today that while fugitive LTAT Joe was the alleged mastermind behind the dirty dealings at the State Fund, it was former PM Datuk Sri Najib Razak who was the ultimate boss. Hazim, testifying as a prosecution witness in Najib's 1MDB Tanori corruption trial, said this when Senior Defence Counsel Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah asked him who was the 1MDB boss. Shafi queried Hazim whether he had raised concerns to Najib during his tenure as CEO from 2013 to 2015, when media reports began to surface about 1MDB's financial troubles. The witness replied that he had no access and therefore relied on his chairman Tan Sri Lodin Wok Kamarudin to speak to the PM, as well as on media reports and MPs to bring the issue to the attention of Najib. In his testimony and witness statement, Hazim had testified that Loh had told him in his meeting at the Shangri-La Hotel that 1MDB was set up to help fund UMNO. Shafi went on to ask if Hazim had seen money or contracts given to UMNO, to which the witness replied no. Top Glove Corp said that all of its 28 factories in Klang have resumed operations with stricter adherence to health and standard operating procedures. In a statement, the glove manufacturer said that ever since it had been given the green light to reopen, the company has placed the well-being of its workers as its highest priority while ensuring adherence to SOPs. Among the measures taken include daily disinfection of the entire premises, temperature screening, social distancing markers, and readily available face masks. Meanwhile, Top Glove announced that all 12 of the resolutions tabled at its 22nd AGM have been approved and duly passed by its shareholders. The resolutions include the reappointment of several directors and renewal of its share buyback authority. A total of 56 firms dealing with digital currencies have registered themselves as institutions reporting to Bank Negara. In a statement, BNM advised the public that the information made available does not in any way indicate licensing, authorization or endorsement by the central bank of any particular digital currency. The central bank adds that consumers are advised to exercise the necessary caution and the risks associated with digital currencies. BNM also warns that any dealings involving digital currencies are not covered by prudential and market requirements applicable to license and authorized activities, which means there is no element of consumer protection or avenues for redress made available. Among the names on the list include Bitpoint Malaysia, Coinut, Digital Fintech and Luno Malaysia. Lembaga Tabung Angkatan Tentera has appointed former Bausted Holdings MD and CEO Datuk Sri Amrin Awaluddin as its chief effective January 4th. In an Instagram post, the Armed Forces Pension Fund congratulated Amrin on his appointment. Amrin succeeds Nik Amlizan Mohammed, who had on November 2nd last year assumed the position of CEO of QAP. Amrin had stepped down from his post at Bausted on November 15th last year amid talk that he was leaving for LTAT, bringing with him 30 years of corporate experience. One of his immediate tasks is to decide whether LTAT will proceed with the privatization of its 59.4% owned subsidiary Bausted as it rebalances its portfolio. It has until February 2nd to decide on the matter. LTAT has also put in place a 5-year strategic plan which involves establishing the right framework and detailed investment plans.